Sugar rush. Ever wondered why you can't stop at just one cookie, even when your dentist is wincing at your next appointment? Picture this. Humans have been hooked on sugar for centuries, but in the modern world, it's like a siren call from your pantry, luring you into a cycle of cravings that feels impossible to break. Fun fact, sugar lights up the same brain reward centers as cocaine, making it one of the most insidious addictions out there. Take Sarah, a 35-year-old mom who swears off sweets every Monday, only to devour a family-sized chocolate bar by Wednesday. She's not alone globally. Sugar intake has skyrocketed, with the average person chomping through 22 teaspoons a day. That's like mainlining sweetness directly into your veins, leading to energy crashes, weight gain, and even diabetes. Humor me. Imagine your taste buds throwing a party every time you bite into that donut, but your body's sending out SOS signals. The withdrawal? Headaches, irritability, and a mood that could sour milk. Yet, we keep going back, because that instant high beats the long-term pain. Every gram of sugar is a tiny victory for your brain's dopamine system, making it tougher to quit than a bad habit you've had since childhood. Caffeine cravings. If sugar's the sweet temptress, caffeine is the sneaky pick-me-up that turns into a full-blown affair. Think about it. That first sip of coffee in the morning hits like a jolt of lightning, but skip it, and you're a zombie fumbling through your day. Fun fact, caffeine blocks adenosine in your brain, the chemical that makes you sleepy, which is why billions rely on it daily. Relatable example. Mike, a software engineer, started with 1 cup a day in college, but now he's at 4, his hands shaking as he codes away. Withdrawal feels like a bad breakup, fatigue, headaches, and that foggy brain that won't clear. Globally, we consume over 2.25 billion cups of coffee annually, and it's not just about the taste, it's the addiction cycle. You build tolerance, needing more to get the same buzz, and suddenly, you're that person mainlining espresso shots just to function. Humor alert. It's like your body's holding your energy hostage, demanding tribute in the form of that bitter brew. Quitting? Good luck. Cold turkey might leave you napping at your desk, but scaling back could save your sleep and your sanity. And yet, we cling to it, because who wants to face the world without that caffeinated armor? Social media scrolls. In a world where your phone is glued to your hand, likes and shares are the new currency of cool, but they're as addictive as any drug. Would you believe that checking your notifications triggers the same brain response as pulling a slot machine lever? Fun fact, the average person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media, scrolling through a feed designed by algorithms to keep you hooked. Take Emma, a 28-year-old influencer wannabe who refreshes her app every 5 minutes, chasing the dopamine hit from a new like. It's not just vanity. It's a loop where every notification reinforces the behavior, making it harder to step away. Relatable? Think about how you feel when a post flops, deflated, anxious, ready to post again just for that validation. Humor me. It's like social media is a virtual casino, and you're betting your time for digital gold stars. The downsides? Sleep disruption, anxiety spikes, and even depression from constant comparison. Yet, billions can't quit, because in our connected world, FOMO is the real monster under the bed. Quitting cold might feel like cutting off a limb, but setting limits could reclaim hours of your life. Remember, those likes are fleeting, but your real connections? Priceless. Gambling highs. Roll the dice and feel that rush. Gambling isn't just a game. It's a high-stakes addiction that can empty your wallet faster than you can say jackpot. Shocking stat. Nearly 1% of the global population battles gambling addiction, with online platforms making it easier than ever to chase losses. Fun fact, the thrill comes from unpredictable rewards, flooding your brain with feel-good chemicals like in a video game on steroids. Picture Alex, a 40-year-old dad who started with poker nights and ended up betting his rent money online. He thought he could quit anytime, but that first win hooked him, turning into a cycle of borrowing and regret. Relatable example, you might not be in a casino, but that daily lottery ticket or sports bet feels harmless until it isn't. Humor alert, it's like playing Russian roulette with your finances, where the house always wins. Withdrawal hits hard, irritability, depression, and that gnawing urge to play just one more hand. Globally, gambling rakes in trillions, preying on our love for risk, but the fallout includes debt, broken relationships, and lost opportunities. Quitting requires support, like apps that block betting sites, because left unchecked, it's a vortex you can't escape. And yet, the allure persists, promising easy money in a world of hard work. Shopping sprees. Who knew buying stuff could be as addictive as binge watching your favorite show, but with your credit card taking the hit? Ever felt that post-purchase glow, only to crash into buyer's remorse? Fun fact, retail therapy triggers endorphins, making shopping a bona fide addiction for millions. Meet Lisa, a 32-year-old teacher who started with online sales and now has a closet full of unworn clothes, all because that "buy now" button feels like a hug. It's not just about the items, it's the rush of acquiring, fueled by targeted ads that know your weaknesses. Relatable? Think of those impulse buys during late-night scrolls, where you justify it as treating yourself. Humor me. It's like your wallet is a piñata, and every sale is a stick waiting to burst. The dangers? Mounting debt, clutter, and that empty feeling when the thrill fades. Globally, e-commerce addiction is booming, with people spending billions on things they don't need. Quitting means setting budgets and avoiding temptation, but in a consumer-driven world, it's tougher than it sounds. Still, breaking free could lead to real savings and less stuff you never use. Video game escapes. In a pixelated world, gaming isn't just fun, it's a portal to addiction that can steal hours of your life before you even notice. Did you know that 35% of gamers develop a dependency, treating virtual wins like real-life victories? Fun fact, games use variable rewards, like loot boxes, to mimic gambling, keeping you hooked for that next level up. Take Jordan, a 25-year-old who ditched social plans for marathon sessions, his room a mess of energy drinks and takeout. It starts innocently, but soon, the grind for achievements overrides sleep and responsibilities. Relatable example, you fire up a game to unwind, and suddenly, it's 2 a.m. with work in the morning. Humor alert. It's like your controller has a mind of its own, whispering, just one more quest. The fallout? Isolation, health issues, and strained relationships from neglected real-world duties. Quitting involves timers and accountability, because in the end, those high scores don't pay the bills. Yet, with esports and immersive tech, the temptation grows, making it one of the hardest modern addictions to shake. If you've ever felt the pull of these unbreakable habits, it's time to take control. Share your own addiction stories in the comments, subscribe for more eye-opening insights, and spread the word to help others break free. What's your toughest quit? Let's talk.